Hello, and welcome to Deadnotes, a horror and cult film podcast. I am Kevin, and with me is the guy that has a nice one hanging, the throwback with the biggest meat in the cave.
Hello, Alicia. I'm Alan. And we're talking about Day of the Dead, 1985. One of the best movies ever made.
One of the finest pieces of cinema.
Yep,
One of the finest
the
pieces of cinnamon.
the movie George Romero made for the trolls.
Yeah.
The deviants such as us.
Mm-hmm.
Man, uh, you know, uh, I I was thinking, I guess I'm gonna mention this because it fucking sucks, but fucking Walmart bought out Monroeville Mall.
Yep. Yep.
Man, that
Yeah,
fucking
by the
sucks.
time anybody hears this episode, hopefully we'll have some good news about what's gonna happen as far as the museum and everything.
On the bright side, I'm going to the Living Dead weekend this year. I hope you guys are going
Yeah,
too.
I'm
But
really gonna try to make it happen this year.
yeah, because it may be the last one. But
Yep.
but look at it this way. Bonus. If we go to the Living Dead weekend, we may end up on the People of Walmart website.
Yeah, that's true.
I have to wear my best thong whale
Oh
tailing the
yeah,
whole time.
yeah. Whale tailing. Oh
Oh man, it fucking sucks, man. I could cry. That
yeah,
blows.
it's
And I
fucking
know
horrid.
and I know Monroeville Mall has nothing to do with Day of the Dead, but it's in the trilogy. So,
Yeah, it's a part of the whole thing.
and some of this movie was shot around Monroeville, like the
Hmm.
silo shit and the underground bunker crap, all that, you
Yeah,
know.
absolutely.
I'm just trying to find an excuse to bitch about Monroeville.
Yeah,
Goddamn mall, man.
yeah.
Man,
We don't know
I've
that
been there a million
that
times
bust
now.
of George Romero, man. That's gonna be up on the auction block.
I'm gonna go twerk on it this year.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. you
Did
know,
you see? Did you see where everybody's been rubbing his nose to where it's discolored his nose?
no, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I I uh I do see. I'm curious if they'll move the convention over to Evans City. I hope they do something because this blows, man. I have a feeling Walmart will just level it and put a Walmart up there or a Sam's Club or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, it's hard to say, really. They could
I
just
don't
not
know.
do nothing. I don't know.
I don't know anyway.
I
You
know when I
know,
was there, it was a happening mall, so and it
yeah,
wasn't too long ago. I mean, people were still going there,
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, and for the younger people that may listen to this, I know you're sick of zombie movies. It fucking disgusts me too. God damn it. However, in the 80s and 90s, this shit was still kind of underground. Zombie movies were still kind of fringe. And Day of the Dead was not widely regarded as a good movie. People just didn't get it.
still is,
Now,
man. It holds up insanely well.
oh, it's fucking great, man. I mean, two two of the best movies ever made came out in 85 because I
Yeah,
believe Return of the Living Dead came out in 85 also, right?
yeah,
And but I don't know when I saw this movie first because it's kind of always been there cuz my mom was a huge Romero fan and she let me watch this shit. I've told
yeah.
you the story about the dream I had, right?
Hmm.
And I don't know if I ever mentioned it on here, but I watched this and Humanoids from the Deep on the same night. And and for years I was looking for this fucking movie. Have you ever had this happen?
Hmm.
For years I was looking for this fucking movie, and one day I watched Humanoids from, because I've been watching Day of the Dead my entire fucking life. At
Yeah.
least since I came online, since my brain could comprehend things and I started having memories. I can't remember ever not knowing about this movie, but my mom let me watch this and Humanoids from the Deep one night, and when I went to sleep that night, I had a dream that was like a mashup of the two movies,
Yeah,
and
that's what
that's
you're saying.
and when I saw Humanoids from the Deep, that was like it clicked in my head. I was like, This is what I've been looking for all these years.
Yeah.
It's a movie that I made up in my dream after seeing
you
both of
just
these on the
you
same
just
day."
combined them.
And I wish I could if I were an artist, I would draw a picture of this image that I still see clearly in my head of the mashup of these two movies, but
Hmm.
I fucking can't draw, so I suck at art. So,
We might be
uh,
able to do something. It's pretty sweet.
yeah, yeah, maybe Kevin's a great artist, so maybe I can explain it to
Something.
him someday, and he'll draw it for
We'll
me.
have a night of giggles.
Yeah, I'll get hypnotized. But then the time my preschool teacher, who was a old fat lady, diddled me might come up.
Right.
she she was flicking my bean.
Yeah.
my, my tiny little nub.
Collecting your acorns.
Yeah. She was just flicking it.
Trying to knock it off the branch. Oh,
Oh
laugh
man.
out the trauma, man. Laugh out the
L
trauma.
LOL, bro.
Mm. Alicia.
Alicia, yeah, my preschool teacher, Alicia.
Alicia.
You fucking bitch. I'm kidding. I don't. I ser. Uh, anyway.
So yeah, this fucking movie is amazing from beginning to end. It was definitely one of the pinnacle movies I saw growing up that like scared the fuck out of me, like genuinely, like just the way everything looked, and also it was like mesmerizing to me because of how real everything was.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was still like a fantasy kind of movie, though. Like if the world ended. Although in this version, their base is fucking misery. It's not like Dawn of the Dead where you could imagine yourself in that scenario and be like, "Man, that'd be fucking awesome."
I don't know, man. I think it'd be pretty fucking awesome to live down in that mine, personally.
Well, why don't you ask Miguel how that's going for
Yeah.
him?
Oh, we'll talk about
Bec-
Miguel.
because yeah, I have some theories about Miguel, poor fucking guy.
Yeah.
But you know, the movie opens with Sarah's dream, which I have to admit I always fast forward through. Now that I've seen the movie 1,000 times,
Why?
her
Because of
because
her her dramatic turn
I want to
when
get
she
to
did
the
Blue Steel.
yeah. Ah, Mr. Beauregard.
She did the Blue Steel,
Oh,
the Vapors.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's goofy, but for
I love it
being
though.
yeah, she might have hammed that up a little bit, but throughout the rest of the movie, she is a phenomenal actress. So,
Absolutely.
but I always go past that just because it's really nothing. And once she wakes up, it transitions to probably my favorite opening scene of any movie ever.
Yeah,
I
I
fucking
will.
love this shit.
I second that.
And the sad part is the intro wasn't directed by George Romero. You know, this was second unit shit. He couldn't be bothered with this crap. He's like, nah, hey, go fucking shoot this, do this, do the thing, you fucking assholes. I don't know how to do it. I'm from fucking Pennsylvania, and my dad had a super thick Pennsylvania accent, but I couldn't do one to save my life. You can watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They kind of get it.
Does your dad, did he used to say yins?
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
he liked to say, "Don't you know," a lot.
Oh, did he? That's
Yeah,
like isn't that like a or Minnesota thing?
probably. I don't
Yeah.
know. He calls spoons spoons
Fluence?
spoons
Oh.
spoons. He was he was he. Fortunately I got stung by it a little bit, but I ended up in Ohio by the
You
time
got
I.
a better accent, right?
No, I just ended up getting stuck with kind of a hillbilly accent,
Yeah. Yeah.
Ohio, when we bump into people, we go, "Ope."
Yeah. Oh.
Ope. That's our word. But, uh, this intro is fucking awesome, and because Sarah wakes up, kinda put a pin in that because the movie is kinda bookended by her dreams, you know?
Yeah.
But but the people in the helicopter, George Romero loves helicopters, you know,
Yeah, the
are
whirly bird.
are we got 4 people, 2 couples. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, essentially.
We got Miguel and Sarah, who, I guess are having sex. I think in this scenario, Sarah's the dom and Miguel's the sub, right? And, then we
Yeah, but
got
we don't
old.
really know their history, and I like how that movie starts because everybody's like lumped together, but it's just like,
M
yeah, clearly he's at his breaking point.
Well, he's like an abuse survivor,
Yeah.
and I have thoughts on that, and I think some of his desperation comes out in this introduction to the movie. But something.
When
I'm
we
not gonna.
rescued when we rescued my dog Jimmy, um, he acted the
Old
exact same
Jimmy.
way. He acted the exact same way that Miguel acts like through the whole beginning of this movie. He don't act this way anymore though, thankfully, but
Was he wearing about 7 collars too?
yeah, they all had different tags on them too.
You know,
He was
I
like
just
he's like,
I
"You're
just
stronger than me, so what? So fucking what?"
I just want to shout myself out here because after 1,000 times of watching this movie, I noticed something in this intro that I do not ever see mentioned online. Is if you watch um when Sarah looks out the window for the first time after waking up, there's a fucking car moving in the street. There's a car driving down the street. If you look on the left-hand side of the screen about center, right after she looks into town, there's a fucking car moving.
Yeah, you try to sell me on that every time we talk about this movie, and I
I'm
still have
gonna
yet to see it.
I'm gonna
And
get you. It's because it's a gray car. It's like it's gray or something. It blends in so good, but it is fucking moving, man. I'm telling you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna pull it up and we're gonna watch this shit.
well, okay, so let's say that this gray car is for real. Who's to say that there isn't some kind of crew of people out in that city that don't want to be fucked with, and they see these motherfuckers coming down in a helicopter with guns, and they're like, "Hey, is anybody there?" They're like, "Fuck these motherfuckers," they're too worried about like loot and everything. I mean, I don't want to
You
go
know,
away with the fucking army because everybody's your enemy at that point, right?
I understand that, but do you understand that in this world that that helicopter has something on it that they would want, and her name is Sarah?
Who's to say there's not a lot of women with them? I mean, who's to say they don't? I mean, there's a lot of what ifs, obviously, but
Uh,
like, You know, maybe all they
Yeah,
have
I
are like
suppose
weapons they've made out of the bones of the zombies that they've killed, you know, and they're
I
going
sup
up against like artillery.
I suppose they could be all women, but
It
then
could be.
Miguel might choose death by snoo snoo.
I think Miguel would run into it and then just fucking blow his brains out at that point. I think he's had about enough of women in his life.
And for those listening, if you haven't noticed, Kevin is afflicted by the zombie virus.
I am. I think it's like the second or third time I've recorded an episode very ill.
It's funny that you're sick.
I know. Everybody laugh. It's like that scene in what is it? Fucking Happy Gilmore when he's like celebrating that what he graduated 5th grade and that clown's there and he fucking falls, you know, and everybody's laughing at him. And it cuts to the clown smiling and he's just coughed up blood and he's just going fucking stupid. Anyway,
but
ignore all
but
that.
but Billy's trying to reach people on the radio and can't, so Sarah makes them land the fucking helicopter
Yeah.
so they can, I guess, yell out on the streets.
Yeah, to prove it.
Sit down, John.
I'll set us down, but I won't leave my seat and I'll keep the engine running. Now, the first sign of trouble, I'm going up. If you ain't on board when that happens, you're likely to have a lousy afternoon.
And I gotta give a shout out here too. I thought it was really nice that Gorillaz gave George Romero permission to use this, you know, for this movie. Like that was really cool that they decided to team up with them and they're like, yeah, we'll let you use this intro to our song M1A1. You know?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
It was really cool. It just goes to show you how cool those guys really are.
Well,
Romero
yeah.
was hard up at the time.
Oh, he was always hard up. He didn't have any money. Poor guy.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Gorillaz.
But I think Miguel at this point is so desperate to get away from the military guys back at the base. That's why you can hear the desperation in his voice when he's yelling.
Honestly, I mean, the motherfucker, he goes back when he goes to bed. His old lady's trying to dope him up constantly. She's on his shit constantly. On the other side, where he's enlisted, all they're doing is just fucking with him the entire time. You know, all around him is pure hell. You don't want to be there. He's losing his shit.
I think Miguel is getting sexually abused at the base.
Oh, you think she's you
not
think
by
she's,
her?
Oh, you think Sarah's pegging him?
No,
she's making him try new things.
I don't think Sarah is who he's afraid of. I think everybody else is taking turns on Miguel.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Miguel has that. Miguel is a pair of aviator sunglasses away from the trope of abuse survivor. Like you don't know him when you're not around. You know.
Yeah.
That kind of. He is probably getting blasted by every.
He very well might be.
I think that he might be. Well, I'll get into that in a little bit, but I think he is desperate to get away from the people he is with. I'll just say that. But Billy is trying to radio. But I love when Sarah and Miguel get out of the helicopter and Miguel, through the whole intro, you can hear him even when it's going around town, seeing all the different, like the montage of all the zombies waking up.
I fucking love it. I love it. Like it's just showing it because, man, like the intro zombie and the title card when that flashes up too.
That's Dr. Tongue.
Yeah, Dr. Tongue. Like it's I mean, it was so ahead of its day, so detailed. Like they looked
Oh yeah.
fucking crazy, and watching that as a kid, I was like, holy shit. Because, watching Dawn of the Dead, we're like, oh, they're blue. It was still scary, but it was like, they're blue or whatever, But you loved it, But this one, they went hard on everything. So just incredible. I love when the newspaper blows up too. Like everything was like the setup for the perfect intro to the movie, like leading up to like the title part.
Hello! Is anyone there? Hello? Hello? Is anyone there?
In the VHS days, you couldn't really see Dr. Tongue's face too well.
Yeah.
It was
dark.
really dark.
Yeah.
But now, like on VHS or on DVD and Blu-ray, you can see his tongue and his jaw is like split in half. And
yeah.
you know, and he was
Some of the coolest shit ever, dude.
oh, it's still you could put that in a movie today and it would hold up. It looks
Absolutely.
great. Even though he's got boggling eyes, other than that, everything looks great.
I mean, I don't give a fuck. I think it looks
Right.
sweet.
Right. And it's just great. I love the way I love this intro. I don't care. It's fucking amazing. But it's just funny that Miguel is desperate. Did you notice when they show like the overhead shots of the zombies? There's one of them walking with crutches. I was like,
yeah, I saw it. I was like, God damn.
I was like, I don't think that would happen, but I don't want to be the guy that goes, get the fuck off the set. You're ruining
He's the ironic zombie.
Yeah, he's smart enough to use crutches.
Yeah. Before we go on, I'm gonna forget if I don't do it, but I have to do another dedication, even though I did one on the last episode, to my little brother Andy. This is probably one of our most favorite movies that we quote ridiculously way too much, but amazingly not enough. So yeah, that's where that's at. He used to be my little brother. Now he's stronger than me. He's stronger than you. So what? So fucking what? Stronger than me.
Little Andy.
So what? So fucking what? Everybody's tired. Miguel also looks like every
I love you,
dude.
Andy.
Oh, yeah, that's a special one. That's a big heart.
If I could say it backwards, I would, so you could play this in reverse. I love you, Andy.
Romeo.
I love you do know that John is not really Jamaican, right?
I mean,
you know that's fake. That his accent's fake, right?
Yeah.
But I love he's like this is a dead place.
Yeah.
you can hear it over the engine.
Yeah, I love that he does it through the mic instead of just going, "Hey, just stop."
I fucking love that, man. That stuck with me. I know if you watch it now, it may not have the same impact, but as a kid, I was, man, it's a dead place. You know what, man?
You see, yeah, he enunciates pretty well.
Yeah, he does a great job. I didn't know until I saw an interview
Lord
with
of
him
mercy.
years later. I didn't know he wasn't really Jamaican until I saw an interview with him years later.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny as fuck.
Yeah, you can hear it over the engine, man. That almost sounded Irish. Who the fuck are these guys?
So yeah, like we get to that shot and like the whole city's obviously filled with zombies. I mean, it's been completely overrun. They're completely realizing this. Just like, he's like, this whole place is dead, as you can see,
It's a dead place, you know.
You gotta You got
That's
like
dead.
a zombie version of Harmony Korine, like over there by the trash can. Like it's completely crazy. Like way ahead of his time. Like way ahead of his time.
I like seeing fat zombies.
Yeah, I like seeing
don't
like
know
the
why.
office worker, the one that like was next to the car. It looked like he just had like a really bad day at the office. He'd been there for like 14 hours.
Look at that zombie. He's got a big fucking dick on him. That man, I can't
He's
do.
got a big
make-
one hanging.
I'm doing more of a Scottish.
Yeah, you're.
Turn off the water from the hoose.
I love, man. They, obviously they figure.
Turn the nozzle on the hoose.
Oh my god, man. Cherry Dandridge.
Oh, you fucking guys. You see the size of that chicken?
So like they realize they can't do shit there, and they start flying back to base. So
Oh, wait. Did you watch when Miguel runs away?
oh yes, yeah. Let's discuss that. So yeah, at this point, he's like, "Fuck you, bitch! I'm out of here." He was like,
Miguel's got
"They
some
can keep
sugar in
you."
him.
He said, "They can keep you."
He's running like he's sweet as hell, isn't
Yeah. Yep.
he? That's a sweet boy.
Yeah, he's one of those sweet boys.
He's one of them sweet boys.
He was like, "Fuck this shit."
What? I feel bad making fun of him because I probably run the same way.
You do.
Sorry, Miguel, but you run pretty sweet, and I don't mean cool.
Yeah, you do. Oh, yeah, that's pretty funny. He like leaves her in the dust too. He's like, "No, fuck you. You stay here."
So I know what you were gonna say. You know when they're flying back to base, right?
Yeah.
Did you notice the very first like shot you get of anyone that wasn't in the helicopter is Torres, and he shaves his chest.
Is that? Oh, I didn't even. Yeah, I guess he was fucking doing some kind of maintenance.
Yeah, he has a smooth baby chest.
Well, here's the other funny thing. They're both trimming some bushes. Let's put that into perspective.
Well, you look at those plants. That's not pot. I don't know. That's not marijuana.
It's
I don't know
supposed
what
to be.
that shit is.
It's supposed to be, but
But it's funny.
it's
like
1985 pot.
Yeah. Acapulco gold.
Yeah, that's
Don't want no stems. Don't want no seeds. Acapulco gold is badass weed.
Shut the fuck up.
Michoacan, man.
Where the fuck did that come from? Oh my god. Oh. You're about to fucking
Cheech and
Yeah,
Chong.
I know, but it was just like out of nowhere. You just
Mother talking to me, trying to tell me how to live.
I don't listen to her because my head is I can see.
My father, he just told me because I wear my sister's clothes. Caught me in the bathroom with a pair of pantyhose.
Holy shit! Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's
they're
prime.
listening to it. They're listening to that the whole time. They're fucking out there getting stoned and listening to Cheech and Chong albums, and the zombies are about to turn the fucking fence over.
Yeah, they're harvesting all that shit so they can finally use that like giant 1 ounce rolling paper that came with like the Up in Smoke soundtrack.
Yeah. I love that when they fucking land and Sarah has a bug up her ass about them being out there for so long. She doesn't want them to fill up the gas. But those motherfuckers have been out there all day.
Right. They get back and
They-
she's just come in just bitching. These motherfuckers are like, we've been stuck up here all day waiting for you guys. Like,
So, this is what I think is our third couple of the movie.
yeah.
This is Johnson and Torres.
Right, yeah. They're buddies, man.
Yeah, they're buddies.
Yeah.
They're friends of some sort. Ooh.
I love that they go right in and they're just doing what you're supposed to do, and then like Sarah's like beep, 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 and like doesn't like let them
Nagging
like
'em.
yeah, and then they're like it cuts to I think it's Miller, and he just like drops the
No.
fuel hose, and he's like,
No, that's Torres.
oh, was it Torres? Yeah, he like just drops it. He's
That
like,
was
fuck.
Torres. Did that look like a Miller to you? Do
So
I
then-
look like a Miller?
And then they're like, oh, it's a fresh grave. That's why they're all like, that's why they're all like spunky right now. All the zombies around, and they're
Yeah,
like,
because they had a funeral that morning. Like, it has nothing to do with Johnson sitting there blasting his stereo. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun.
So yeah, then they just were like, yeah, it was Cooper. He died this morning, and they just walk away. Meanwhile, Sarah's just like bitching like the whole time. Oh my god, drive me crazy.
I know. God damn it. And Torres was like, "Why don't you get inside and do my fucking dishes? Do my dishes, bitch. Make me a sandwich." Oh,
I love
man.
it, dude. They're just like, fuck this. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
I love that he just drops the fucking gas.
yeah, like fuck you.
pump.
Like,
He's like,
let's go.
"Fuck this. Yeah, let's get
Yeah.
out of here." He's like, "I just did about 70 push-ups for this shot, so I don't give a fuck."
Yeah. Hot, I just shaved. It's hot.
I always notice, this is nerd shit, but I always notice that like the aspect ratio of this scene when they're walking up to the platform is off, because look at John. He looks squished. He looks short and fat. I know that's nerd shit, but watch it. It's funny because I always
Next
thought,
time I
like,
watch it, I'll keep an eye out for that music theory.
yeah, they've probably been out there all day, and she's like, "Put the fucking." Did you notice when John throws the little ball over the helicopter? It's like they make like a over the blades. They
Yeah.
make like a sound like in a cartoon. It goes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they make it, yeah. It had like the little draw lines around it.
I was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Miguel. Miguel's like,
Oh.
oh, don't, no,
Yeah.
don't even. We have to go back down there. We didn't find anybody.
Yeah, dude. He's like completely curled up. Dude, Jimmy did the same fucking shit. Like when we first brought him home, and I had to like, and he was telling me how he was stronger than me. So what?
Well,
Like that I was stronger than him. So what? So
oh,
fucking what?
Sarah pegs the fuck out of him. He's such a beta.
She's
He's
been like sticking him with all kinds of needles and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Like I don't know.
Well, when they take that big ass elevator down there, and from around the corner comes a giant bear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Couple number 4. Is it 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
4.
couple number 4. Steele
Yeah.
and Rickles.
Oh man. I fucking love these two. Absolutely love these two.
Steele's going fucking balls deep in Rickles.
Walton Bobby.
Rickles is getting fucking hogged out.
Walt Steele and Bobby Rickles.
Walter Steele. I am not the Peter Steele. I am Walter. Man, Rick,
So they pull up. They're like, basically just fucking giving them shit, and they're like, we need to go pick up another couple other meat sacks for Dr. Frankenstein.
yep, Steele and Rickles rolling around in a golf cart, after a long session of sub-dom relations, they
Yeah, they're
they
busy.
well, did you notice the reaction that Miguel has when they pull around the corner? That's not just I don't want to go to the corral again.
Right.
That's these two won't stop butt fucking me.
I'm
I'm
glad you're
fucking
here to see. I'm glad you're here to finally witness it.
yeah. Sarah's like, I'll fucking go, and they're like, ew,
Yeah. Ew.
yucky.
Yeah.
I fucking, when they pull up to the corral, when Rickles got off that golf cart, there's a little wet spot where he was just oozing
Oh,
fucking
he's
Steel's.
ready.
He's fucking gushing Steel's cum.
What do they call it? No. What do they call it now? They call it gooning. Gooning.
Gooning.
Gooning. Gooning. Gooning.
All right. So then, all right, Gen X, Gen Z.
I just learned that today, as a matter of fact, from a fucking news article of some dude that
I'm gonna have to
killed
look
himself.
Up. I can't Google that because I don't want to see it. But
It's
okay.
Yeah.
Gen Z kids, yo.
I think it's past them.
Fellow youth here.
How do we get into fucking? We got
Rickles,
off.
Rickles is gooning.
Yeah, at this point, Rickles. Yeah, Bobby is gooning.
I bet he feels like he fucking rode the biggest fucking crazy horse on the walking
Right.
like John Wayne.
Absolutely.
Pilgrim.
Man, they got a good friendship.
Oh, they fucking love each other.
Yeah, dude. So like, Sarah ends up going because they pretty much they had to. I mean, everybody was like, "Fuck that, I ain't going." You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's going.
Well, Sarah went because she had, I guess Steele and Rickles are embarrassed to sexually assault Miguel in front of her.
Yeah.
And, the only reason I think this is because, look, Sarah, even if it's not the apocalypse, the zombie apocalypse, is not a terrible looking woman. She's kind of attractive. So, in this scenario, she'd be a fucking 11, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on which one of them you would ask.
Yet nobody touches her.
Yeah, no.
So these is a bunch of, everybody's getting their. Well, I'll explain in a minute why I think that. But anyway, I don't understand like this whole corral thing. Like, I don't understand why the soldiers are still doing it, but I'll get more into that later too. It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, the whole overlay is it's clear that they're at the tail end of the orders that they have to follow at this point, right? Their leader is now dead, so we're coming into pretty much right at the beginning of the unraveling, because the way everything is explained later on anyway is that was it Cooper? Yeah, Cooper was fucking kept everything together. You know what I'm saying? As far as that, now it's unraveling. So,
well, yeah,
and we're seeing that slowly, and obviously Steele and Rickles are like, the wise guys of the bunch. So yeah, They go to this
Well-
fucking thing and they have to corral them because they're still under orders by probably, the U.S. government for these specimens and, all that shit. Which
Well, they haven't.
is pretty cool. Like, this whole thing's pretty neat. I love that they have, like, all these motherfuckers, like, in this cave,
I love it too, but it falls apart when Logan starts telling why they're doing it. Is the problem. But at this point, Miguel is fucking losing his mind, obviously. And he's got the little pole, that they grab the zombies with. They got the dog collar on it or whatever.
Yeah.
And he fucking drops it because he's fucking freaking out. He's like, oh, Steel's gonna fucking split me apart he's gonna split me in half like a coconut. He drops pole and the goddamn zombie goes right for Rickles, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Sarah picks the pole up, but Steel is pissed.
Oh yeah.
He's like, you let that zombie go after my mans? Why you so stupid?
Yeah. Oh yeah, but that whole scene though is fucking hilarious in a lot of ways too, because before any of that goes down, like Sarah and Rickles are like looking through the cracks of the fence, and they could see all the zombies are like scared, and Rickles says some shit like, what he's like, oh, they're all scared because they're afraid of what Dr. Frankenstein's going to do to them or whatever, and she was like, they're learning. And then, like, basically, like, walks away.
She says they're learning.
Yeah. and then fucking, but dude, Rickles' face, like, you could tell he's fucking cracking up because he's like, this fucking bitch, like, because none of them give a shit, like, none of them give a shit about it. They just want to do their shit and, like, get the fuck out of there, which I can't believe they didn't try to take over earlier,
Right. They're just clocking their hours. They don't want to deal with none of this bullshit.
Yeah, they're just doing their shit. So,
but Sarah, when Miguel drops the pole, fucking Steel loses his goddamn mind on Rickles, on Miguel, even though Sarah saved Rickles, because Rickles had a gun, but he was still like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Help me.
Yeah.
It's gonna
He's like, cover.
Ooh, gross.
There's a whole thing. Yeah, there's a whole thing that happened right before any of this shit too, because fucking Steel's like yelling and everything, and he's like, I got a nice one hanging, like yelling and shit. Then he like looks over and he's like, fucking A, biggest meat in the cave. And like, she basically calls him a Neanderthal, or a throwback is what she calls him.
Yeah.
And then I think Rickles, I've had talks with my brother over this, but I think Rickles comes around to her other side there, and he's like, they all have big dicks. And then like she like looks down. I wonder if he like was wiggling his shit. And then like it cuts back to Steel, and he's like, ooh.
He goes,
watch that scene again for real, dude. It's so weird. It's so weird.
He might have his pickle Rickle.
His Rickles pickle.
He'll have his little pickle out.
His rickety Rickle.
It's all right. Steel throwbacks all got big dicks.
His wrinkly Rickle.
Means you're a caveman, asshole. You're a fucking throwback. You've been spending too much time underground, huh? It's okay, Steel. Throwbacks all got big dicks.
That was Rickles' little compliment to Steel. He's like, it's all right, Steel. Our throwbacks all got big penises.
Rickles, wrinkled pickles.
After I don't know, those there, I'm just saying, Steel is butt fucking Rickles. You do you, man. I mean, you could do worse, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the biggest meat in the cave, so I mean,
Yeah.
you win. You're winning.
Fucking Steele's gaping him out. Rickles when Rickles farts now, it just goes
That's how he got his name Rickles. That's why his last name is Rickles.
Rickles has that trunk butt.
Oh my god.
So we get introduced in this next scene to my man Rhodes.
Man, this dude, one of the best characters fucking ever, dude. Joseph
Yeah.
Pilato. I am so sad that I missed a good opportunity to go to a convention to be able to meet him. He was like definitely on my list. He's
Yep.
also in one of the outtakes of Dawn of the Dead. Am I wrong? He's one of like the henchmen that's like loading up in like one of the box trucks and shit.
No, he's not in the outtakes. He's in the extended version.
Extended version. Okay. I remember seeing him in it. I couldn't remember.
He's also in the director's cut, but he doesn't have any lines. You can see him from afar, but that's it. But in
the part I remember of him, he like comes out of nowhere, he's like, hey. He's basically doing the same character as he is in this, and it's awesome.
With a beanie.
Yeah, with a beanie. Yeah.
Yeah. He's in I'm not sure if he's in the Argento cut because that's my least favorite of the three, but I'm certain
he was off-duty Rhodes in Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, I'm certain you at least see him in Dawn of the Dead in the Argento cut. But yeah, he's fucking awesome. And Tom Savini originally wanted to play this character, and
I could see that.
I love him, but I'm glad he didn't get it because I really don't think he would have the intensity, the quote unquote overacting that Joe Pilato does. I don't care. It's fucking amazing.
It fits though, man. That's just his character, you know.
This is the volume you would be at in this situation.
He's had enough before Cooper fucking died anyway. You could tell. Like everybody has, you know what I'm saying? And now that Cooper's out, he's like, fuck this shit, motherfuckers. I'm over here tracking maps trying to find new routes out of here. Like,
he basically
shoot all the mothers in the head.
Yeah, he's from fucking he's like me. He's fucking from Pennsylvania, but he can't do the accent.
Yeah.
He sounds like he's from Boston. He's like, shoot all the mothers from or Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey.
Shoot all the mothers in the head.
Yeah.
You know, you fucking assholes.
Your impression for everybody.
Yeah.
It's all Jersey.
I love that he threatens to, because Sarah sedates Miguel before this scene, which we didn't mention, but
right.
She sticks him, drugs him and knocks him out because he
smacked her up a couple times too.
Yeah, he's a battered wife, This is role reversal here. Miguel is just getting beat by his girlfriend and fucked by all his buddies. Poor fella. But Rhodes, he threatens to cut off Sarah and Miguel's extracurricular activities. Who is he jealous of? Which one? Is he
I don't think he's jealous. I think he's just like, fuck you. He's like,
well, when he says that later on, when he says that give the rest of us a shot at some loving, is he talking about Sarah or Miguel?
Oh, yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
He doesn't specify,
Yeah, I guess he's just like, whatever, man. You don't even care.
Well, here's the thing, too, is Sarah is not an ugly woman. And she is possibly the last woman on Earth, right? And these guys haven't done anything with her yet. I do not approve of sexually assaulting women. I'm just saying, in this scenario, it would have happened over and over again. She would have been the one wanting to get the fuck out of there.
Right.
But instead it's Miguel because Miguel they're all begging Miguel.
Yeah.
And she is trying to protect Miguel because Miguel is the only one that will fuck her.
Yeah.
Cuz we're coming up on a character that I think is a necrophiliac. And I do have one reason why I think that, because I'm talking about Dr. Frankenstein Logan,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So Logan is always covered in blood, right? And
Oh,
I
dude,
know,
he is like covered in layers, like always.
well, and I know that this doesn't matter because it's a movie, but a zombie would not have a beating heart, I would think, which means that blood wouldn't spray when you cut it. So,
No, but he's digging his hands down into that shit and wiping his
well,
hands on himself. I mean, you can clearly see that.
well, I'm just saying he is he is getting close to them to get all this blood all over him. I think maybe he is going full mount on these zombies.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, getting all up in them guts.
Yep. I think Logan has been hogging out Bub, gaping him. So we got
Yeah, no, he's got his arms deep, man, and we go into that later on, especially like
well,
we'll get into it I'll get into it later when, he makes his appearance to, what I'm saying, to fucking Rhodes
well,
later on.
so far we have John and Billy, Sarah and Miguel, Rickles and I'm naming couples here. Rickles and Steele, and then we get Torres and Johnson. Then shit. Logan and Bub. But who is poor Rhodes left with? Miller?
I don't think
Is
Rhodes is the one that don't want nobody. Like he's got the whole he's got the Drayton Sawyer thing. Women just get in the way. You know what I'm saying?
So you think Miller is just the odd man out?
Yeah, I'd say Miller's the odd man out. He's just trying to do his shit and get the fucking out of there.
Rhodes is asexual and Miller is just fucking whacking off somewhere and hopeless. Oh, fuck.
I think Rhodes would rape whoever just to call him a whore, and it wouldn't mean anything to him. It'd just be another thing. You know what I'm saying? As fucking weird as that sounds, but like he just seems like the type to do that because he doesn't care. Especially at this point, like it's no holds barred, dude.
Well, at this point, I would say Rhodes is just grudge fucking Miguel. On the reg.
Yeah.
He's just fucking.
Yeah, he's just going in there to think.
It's like medicine to him.
He's going in there to clear his head.
Yeah, it's like medication to him at this point. He's just fucking. He's just on Miguel like. Miguel's like, why do you keep raping me, Holmes?
He's in there, and he's like,
what the fuck, man?
He's like, choke on it.
Oh yeah, fucking. And Miguel's like, are you sure I'm crazy? Why do you keep doing this?
That's a fucking deer. Oh.
Please, Susie, I can't talk with your dick right now. So
All right, so we're back at
I'm
like we come into like Logan's lab, right? Going back to like how much covered in blood Logan is, right? So Sarah walks in and Bub just comes out of nowhere. We don't know it's Bub yet, but scares the living hell out of her. And then, he just starts talking to her like, "Oh, I knew you were there the whole time. I'm not going to tell you about Bub, or anything."
yeah, I'm just letting him fucking bite you.
Yeah, I'm just going to let him do whatever, do what he
Asshole.
does. Yeah.
Sarah should have beat the fuck out of Logan at that point.
Yeah. He's
Oh,
explaining that
you-
like they're just running purely on instinct, at this point. What that does for him, they don't know, but he has this theory that they could be trained. So
Well-
he's got this one zombie that he cut up all of his insides out, and he still wants to eat, right?
Are you talking about Vox?
Huh?
Vox?
Oh shit! Yeah, Vox. He's the one talking. Yeah,
Fucking
yeah. That's almost that scene. Yeah, that's funny.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is probably what they copied it from. That's
well, yeah. That's no, but that's funny. Yeah,
Vox is Koopa.
yeah,
Koopa.
yeah. That's
Or
cool.
no, that's not even Cooper. Cooper and Vox are two different characters.
Yeah.
Cooper is what on the other table with the face all gone, and it's just like the
It's like 75% of his head's gone, except for like
Yeah.
his brain and his spinal cord.
that is what Tom Savini calls the moose clit. Which that's intimidating. but look, when Logan starts talking, everything falls apart. Like if this is your first time watching this movie and everything's is compelling up to this point, you're like, "Wait a minute. He's trying to fucking train them
Yeah.
to behave?" What?
Yeah.
It's the dumbest shit. He Logan single-handedly fucks this entire group because
All this time was wasted because he still went hellbent on this like one theory of his, even though, as Sarah points out, they agreed to put their research elsewhere. So this whole time now, and fucking Rhodes is like wanting fucking results, and he's like, I got results, but they're the results that
I'll
like
show
have
them
already been
results.
like disagreed upon.
Well, he's like, we can teach them to behave. Like, what the fuck would
Yeah.
you want that for?
He just killed everybody, is what he did, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, his decisions kills everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And what is and there's also, with Vox or whatever that fucking guy's name is.
Fox.
The the zombie that leans up on the table and his guts fall out.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. That's and that's another one though that Logan kills. Like, and he could have just
Pushed him
tied
back down.
down. Right.
Yeah.
He fucking kills him, so that causes them to have to get another one.
Yep.
He's fucking reckless with this shit because he
And
doesn't.
he already
have
had
to-
another zombie on the floor, and she asked about that one, and he said he was unruly, and he was like, he could still get information from it. Like,
Yeah,
no, you can't.
He's basically the government.
Yeah.
He's just fucking sending out the military to do his bidding, and
Yeah, because essentially at up to this point, they've been working for them. So
yeah, he doesn't give a fuck who lives or who dies, whatever.
yeah.
I don't know, but anyway, let's go back to the conference room, lunchroom, whatever. I don't fucking know.
It's both. It's the community room.
And everybody giving my boy Billy a
Who's cooking the
He's-
food? Number
he's
one.
trying to get turn off the easel.
Yeah.
He's Irish, not Scottish.
Yeah, I know.
I don't give a fuck. Same goddamn thing. Turn off the noozle on the hoose. Everybody's fucking giving Billy a hard time about the goddamn radio.
Yeah, and he's doing his damnedest.
I fucking love that he's like, Steele says, "Why don't you lay off the fucking booze?"
Yeah.
and Billy says, Billy says some shit. He's like, "I will lay off the fucking booze, Steele, because there won't be any fucking." I don't.
He's
God
like,
damn it.
there won't be any booze left to
There won't be any
drink
fucking
or
more of it
something.
fucking left, you fucking fucker.
Yeah.
Lay off the fucking booze for a while, why don't you? And get somebody on that fucking horn. Pronto.
Well, if we stay down here long enough, I'll have to lay off the fucking booze, Steele, because there won't fucking be any of it fucking left.
But like the whole time when like he's yelling and shit, John's just sitting there fucking plowing his plate. He's just fucking eating everything and like licking his thumbs, just looking around like,
Well,
what's
look
up?
at John,
I'm good.
look at John's face when he's giving the fuckity fuck speech. John can barely keep from laughing. He's like holding his fucking mouth. You know he wanted to fucking bust out laughing because that shit was funny. I will have to lay off the fucking booze still because there won't be any of it fucking left.
Touche. Yeah.
And I love that they, you know, there's a few times in here where Rickles and them call Miguel yellow.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a racist thing. I think they're calling him a coward there because yellow is not a slur against Mexicans.
No, it's not, but they were saying it because that's how because they're saying his brain's like becoming jello. And then he was like, that's how they say Jello is yellow, he's yellow, and like, you know,
right,
obviously.
but I think they're calling him yellow because he's
a coward, yeah, because he's losing his shit and he doesn't, you know, his girlfriend's sticking up for him all the time, you know.
Yeah, and Sarah, the Miguel's alpha, you know, she stands up. She's like, "Fuck this shit, I'm bouncing." Right? And Rhodes is like, "You better sit the fuck down."
Yep.
But no, Rhodes isn't gonna shoot her. He fucking makes Steele shoot her.
Yeah. Or he's gonna shoot Steele.
How fucking cowardly is that?
If I was Rhodes, I'd fucking wait till everybody's sleeping, pack up one of them golf carts, and just fucking hightail it out of there on the golf cart.
Right. How fuck you couldn't ride through the goddamn grass on those things, especially in the, you know,
get to the far point of the fence at least.
Here's you know, that brings up a good point. The grass is who's mowing the grass on up top around the elevator?
Miller and Torres.
When everybody's gone, they're just running the lawnmower.
They don't. Yeah, like that's one of their government chores.
That's just fucking bringing all the zombies to the fence.
The whole time. Yeah, the whole time. As soon as they started mowing the grass, Sarah was like, "That grass is getting too high."
Well,
and they were like,
when they get,
you know, the government's not going to like this, so they started mowing it, and that's what brought all the zombies to the fence.
well, she loses her fucking shit because the
grass doesn't look good.
They're gonna fill the tank up, but then
she's a fucking Karen.
The whole time she's gone, they're fucking zooming around the place. Look, I'm just saying that grass was mowed.
Yeah.
That is a well-kept lawn around there. If this were I guess, you know, Torres had this chest shaved. So, I mean, if you're going to go to those lengths, you're also going to worry about your lawn.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know how I connected those, but I did. So
there it is.
there it is. Oh man, and fucking Logan, he He's got some giant balls on him, or he's fucking
Oh, he
retarded.
makes a grand entrance.
Yeah.
Is there food?
He's mocking Rhodes.
Yeah. Yep.
He's like, is there
Is there food?
I fucking love that he's just kind of like, fuck you, Rhodes. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
He's hangry.
I'm covered in blood. Let me get this like old zombie blood and everything. Let me go ahead and just get it everywhere. My sleeves are going to touch all of you.
Oh yeah, Logan's covered in fucking infected blood and cum.
Piss.
You know, he's got every bodily fluid all over him.
Mother's milk.
I bet if you use the chemiluminescence,
he looked like he looked like he was at a rave.
He looked like he was under a black light. He looked like he or Bub would. Bub would fucking glow like the fucking sun. Woo! It'd burn your eyes.
Yeah.
Fucking you know Logan. Come on. I mean the situation they're in.
Yeah, I mean, you do with what you got.
I don't know. I love that Logan is just a pig-headed bastard. Well, Logan tells him that his plan to make them behave.
Yeah.
And Rhodes fucking loses his mind. Rightfully so.
He's like, what are you talking about?
I'm running this monkey farm now, Frankenstein, and I want to know what the fuck you're doing with my time.
I don't want to make them behave.
Dude, oh my God. Like, the acting in this whole scene, like, everybody plays their characters so fucking well in this movie. Like, everybody was just fit perfectly, right? And dude, Rhodes' face, like, that's all that's all, dude, that's all it fucking said. Like, he didn't have to say a fucking word. You could just see it, like, this son of a bitch. Like, we already had a fucking meeting, months ago, about some shit. And motherfucker's been doing all this whole time. Like, what the fuck?
And this condescending ass Logan is like,
is there food?
Blow the piss out of them.
Yeah. That's how you blow the piss out of him.
I fucking love him, man.
Yeah, dude, he's just fucking poking, and Rhodes is like, you motherfucker, dude. Oh my God.
Rhodes is like, you autistic motherfucker. I'm about this close to choking your fucking, squeezing your goddamn neck.
Squeezing your neck.
You motherfucker.
His fucking face, dude.
Oh, and
he was so mad that, yeah, dude. Oh my God.
He threatens to execute people, It's funny because I wonder how long Cooper was dying, because if this is Rhodes's first or second day, because the movie starts on Halloween, and because of the ending, we know that the whole movie only lasts 4 days. But so I wonder if Cooper died that morning, how fucking long did Rhodes just click, like, immediately? Like the power fucking just drove him crazy.
No, I mean, the way I kind of see it is that because they talk later on, he's like, I thought Cooper was an asshole or whatever, but he was whatever compared to Rhodes.
Rhodes,
I think that, like, Rhodes was obviously second in command, and they've all been having fucking a hell of a time with this shit. And Rhodes has got a valid point, because they've lost one guy, but they've lost 5. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
right.
At this point, I mean, they're actually kind of right. I mean, I kind of side with Rhodes, like, on a majority of all of this shit. Like, let's just fucking, why are we doing this still? Let's just get the fuck out of here, or hunker down.
The thing is, I don't understand how they're still listening to Logan. Why are they? I mean, after he said his plan to make them behave, that should have been it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rhodes should have killed him right there. Rhodes should have killed Logan in that scene.
They should have done that.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew pew. He should have just went through and shot all the mothers in the head.
At the very least, he should have beat the living shit out of Logan in that scene. Get
Yeah.
his mind right somehow. Wipe some of that zombie pus off his dick.
Give him like Indian burns or something on his arms.
Donkey punch. Donkey punch him in the back of the head. Give him a fucking noogie.
Yeah.
I love
Make him have
when,
sex with Miguel.
Miguel's just like, oh,
No!
not another one. Logan's got a giant dick on him.
he's he's got a
Logan-
nice one hanging.
Yeah, Logan might be autistic, so he's probably got a fucking thigh slapper on him. A big old fucking dong.
Thunderclapper.
But I love in the hall when they leave and John tells her, he's like, you better start worrying. Oh, I'm doing fucking I'm leaning into Irish here. You better start worrying, you know. I don't know what that is. But he tells her like why everybody should be worried except him and Billy.
Right, yeah, because they got something that he's got something they need, so
I think what Billy and John got is a STD that the rest of the guys don't want spreading around. The rest of them boys don't want spreading around the fucking camp. That's why they're exiled outside.
They're keeping them out there.
And nobody fucks with them. They're like, I don't want herpes. You kidding? Or whatever the shit they got. Because if they got AIDS, AIDS is just a pill nowadays. But in the zombie apocalypse, you can't get that medication.
Yeah.
Rhodes exiled them like lepers.
I wouldn't want to stay there, man. Like, I don't know. I'd go fucking I'd be like slowly building some kind of fucking.
I'd have been gone long ago. Are you kidding?
Go sit and build a dead reckoning.
I'd find a fucking mall.
Yeah.
I'd be like, before all this happened, I watched this movie.
You know what's funny? Going back to the last meeting, that they were having, or the first one when they're yelling at Billy about the radio, and they're like, well, how come they could hear us on the other channels? He was like, because we're on a radio frequency. If you haven't noticed, like the whole world's shut down, including the malls.
All the malls are closed.
Yeah. And and then Steele's like, stop being a smart ass, blah, blah, blah. Like, what's that?
He goes, shut up, gay.
You bitch.
Get out of here, leper.
Yeah.
Billy and John got the AIDS. And we get yet another, there's a few dreams of Sarah's in here.
Yeah.
Because here she's dreaming again about Miguel, and Miguel does the Vox move, He sits up and his belly, and
breaks
this might
open.
this might be because fucking Steele's been scrambling them guts.
He's been all up in them guts.
Steele's been tickling that belly button from the inside. Steele's got them guts all scrambled up. So she knows this, so she has her dream where she has like a a mixed dream where she knows that Steele is gaping out Miguel, and she saw Vox earlier.
Right.
So she puts the two together, and in her dream, Miguel, this is kind of like the dream I had about Dawn of the Day of the Dead and Humanoids from the Deep. She had
Yeah,
a
it's
dream
exactly
about
like it.
Vox. Yep, she had a dream about Vox and Miguel getting his guts scrambled by
This is
Steele.
exactly what I thought when you were telling me about your dream.
Yeah. You thought that Miguel had been getting gaped out so much that when he sits up, his guts just spill out of his stomach.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. Steele does have the biggest piece of meat in the cave.
Wasn't until Logan went in there.
And
Yeah. So Sarah wakes up like, scared or whatever, and Miguel starts talking shit to her, man. He's like
well,
curled up in
he's
the corner, and he's done, man. And he's
this is
telling her that
this
she's afraid that she's full of shit.
Sarah's like, quit being a fucking bitch. Jesus Christ.
She's
This
like,
is
get
where they
out.
break up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of where they break up. It's like, I'm fucking done with you, bitch.
Yeah.
And she's like, get the fuck. You know what? In this scenario, I'm not gonna lie. She could do anything to me. I'd be like, I don't care. I love you. I want to. Is possibly the only woman left in the world. You ain't breaking up with her. You'd have to cry yourself to sleep every night listening to
Yeah.
Rhodes and Sarah going at it, marathon style. Right? I mean,
Yeah. You'd have to.
you'd regret that breakup immediately.
Yeah. So Sarah goes on her like little walk to like air out. And of course,
and
of
the
course,
orgy breaks out into the hallway.
yeah. After she walks by Logan's lab, and going fucking batshit, and then she's like walking by and like, yeah, this huge fucking ball of fight just breaks into the hallway
Yeah,
for whatever
eh,
reason.
yeah. Oh well, we know why.
I know, jealousy,
It's another
lover's
lover's
quarrel.
quarrel. Yeah, another one.
This
And
could be a soap opera.
You're right, and Billy,
Oh, Billy.
Billy finds her in the hall, and he tries to give her a little drink. Maybe he's
Yeah.
roofing her. Maybe
He's
but he takes her back to Billy and John's sex camper. Their sex dungeon. Like
They've
there's
just been
8.
slowly like stealing everybody's shit like all this time. I mean, think about it. You're stuck down there. You would, you do the same thing, like go rummaging through everybody's storage and just like,
Oh,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
thought you meant shacking up with John and.
Well, no, but fucking making some kind of shit. I mean, come on.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
surprised no one else did that. Like, they got to be having some fun.
yeah. The Ritz.
Yeah, the Ritz.
Yeah,
It's written like in like some kind of, I
it
don't know what
is
the fuck they.
awesome, and they're getting shit faced down there. I wonder
Yeah.
how much alcohol they have. And Sarah, just typical. They break up, and she's off getting drunk with 2 guys. You know what's going on there. She's about to get Chinese finger cuffed.
Listen, she's not going out with a couple guys. She's just going out with for a couple of drinks with her friends.
Yeah, those friends.
That's same old story.
Yeah. No, they're just friends. Billy and John are gonna be high-fiving with her in between. I'm just saying, if this was real life, those drinks that they're giving her would not be not roofied, right? I don't know. I think there's definitely there's definitely like one or two scenes cut out of this movie. If you added one or two scenes to this, it would change the entire movie.
Yeah.
Like, show her when she's going on her little adventure before she meets up with Billy.
Yeah.
Like like if there was just like a 5-second scene where she opened the door, whoops, cuz Steele is butt fucking Rickles and she walks in on it. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Because the movie almost seems like they did cut that out.
She like busts it. She like opens the door and it's going.
Rickles has a ball
you are
gag.
a throwback Steel.
Rickles got a ball gag in his mouth, and Steele has got a fucking blonde wig on.
He's going. Oh Jesus Christ. uh So yeah, they're sitting there. Sarah immediately sits down. This is when I'm talking about the lawn mowing shit, right? So Billy like diverts her away from like all the chaos with all the soldiers because clearly it's a ticking time bomb. Brings them to their hidden hideout that she's had
Their
no idea.
sex dungeon.
Yeah, the sex dungeon that she has had no idea about the entire time they've been there, right?
And
This is
I would
new.
assume, I would assume they've walked by it several times.
You would
because
think.
it's apparently by the corral.
Yeah. Like
allegedly.
Billy, when he diverted her and was taking him back there, he was like, I'm sorry, I gotta blindfold you so you don't know where our place is at. And she was like,
Yeah.
I understand. And instead of a blindfold, he puts a ball gag in her mouth.
He goes, "Does this smell like chloroform to you?"
he just ball gags her, and she's like, like I can still see where we're going. He was like, no, you can't.
She's like Rickles earlier in the movie, like,
so anyway, yeah. Let's get back though. See, she immediately sits down and starts bitching to John about like, why don't you pick it up your end of the weight? And he's like, listen, I don't want anything to do with this. Like, and he proves her wrong on everything. Like that, everything's a waste of time. Like everything they're doing doesn't mean anything.
I love John's speech. It's one of those scenes that for me is like, man, it's one of the scenes that I look forward to whenever I watch this. I fucking love it.
It's perfect, dude. It's awesome.
Now here you come with a whole new set of charts and graphs and records. What you gonna do? Bury them down here with all the other relics of what once was?
And I love when he says, "Get some babies," because he doesn't say make some because he's like, ooh, icky. We'll find maybe Billy will do it.
Yeah.
He goes, we start over. Get some babies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome, man.
18-mile wide tombstone.
Yeah. And then I love that part too because in the far background you can hear all the zombies going.
And did you notice any of the bats?
Yeah, I did.
Those are mechanical birds on strings.
Excellent.
There's one scene in the movie where you can see one falling to the ground. I think it's when they're in the corral when they're escaping.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's cool.
It's just dork shit.
Fucking nerd.
For the nerds. That one's for the nerds. Those are mechanical birds.
Yeah.
Those are birdies. Birdie. Those are birdies.
Nice, Swedish chef.
That's all we need is a fourth accent. We got Sarah, Billy, and John. So Caribbean, Irish. Yeah,
Got a
Irish.
little bit of everything.
And Pennsylvanian.
Yeah, there you go. Kinda. I don't know. I'm not from there.
Don't you know?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know. Logan, anyway, this is where we finally get to meet Bub.
Yeah, Mr. Bub.
Officially. Probably the best zombie ever, maybe.
And it's funny because Logan goes into, this is Bub, and he's like talking about him, and then he goes into like how his parents like basically
His dad.
his dad,
He named Bub after his father.
yeah, because he was accomplished and there was no money
Imagine
in
a
research.
surgeon named Bub.
Yeah, there's no money in research, and you could tell that like that's like set with him all of his life.
Yeah, he's living under his dad's thumb.
There was a cool thing. I had this DVD of this movie. It was I don't know if I think I got it again. I have to go look. But it was
called Leather Buddies.
not that one. But it was a special edition Dawn of the Dead, and it had like a whole notebook that came with it that had all Logan's like notes and like all these random writings. And if I remember correctly, there was like a special feature on there that like had like recordings of Logan, but I might be remembering that wrong. All that may have been written down in that notebook, but it was really, really cool because you kind of got to see inside Logan's head to see that he was going batshit.
The only other movie I think I can remember, shit, I can't even think of his name because he's passed away now. But Logan, he was in The Crazies, the original one.
Yeah,
he was the diddler.
The diddler.
He was
Of
the
course,
diddler.
Of course.
he had the relations with his daughter.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Oh.
And
anyway, now that we got completely like off track.
Completely.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sorry.
There's always a nod like George Romero and Stephen King. You know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that. The toothbrush, the razor, and the copy of Salem's Lot.
Yeah. Yeah. They always kind of give each other a little nod. You know,
when I tell people that I read that book, like the scene when Bub picks it up, that's usually what I mean.
Hello, Aunt Alicia.
Hello, Aunt Alicia.
Bub, it'd be funny if this was it'd be funny if this was well, I almost said it would suck if they remade this, but they did remake it.
Unfortunately,
and it did fucking suck.
And there's like a part 2
I
think
there's at least 2 of them.
Yeah.
And the first one, when it came out, I bought it and it's sitting on my shelf, and I don't think it's opened, but I don't think I've ever watched it the whole way through because it's so fucking stupid.
That was that Sci-Fi Channel shit that was like going on back in the day, because they did say that was during the same era that they did the Return of the Living Deads. Both of those, that fucking Rave to the Grave and
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either. I think I was having a dream about that movie and like a remake of Day of the Dead. Yeah.
Well,
kind of like your dream you had.
I think the one I have is the one with Ving Rhames in it.
Oh,
because when
Ving Rhames, that's Dawn of the Dead remake,
right? But he was also in a Day of the Dead remake.
Oh yeah, I don't know that. That's stupid.
That
gives me another reason not to watch it because that's really dumb.
Well, he was great in the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Yeah, but why would you put him in Day of the Dead?
I think he was just a fan and he wanted to be in it for that. But
Stop
I
lying to
bought
me.
it. I bought it and I have it, but I couldn't. I remember there was a scene where a zombie was crawling like a spider on the wall.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only memory I have of it because I've obviously not watched it again if I even finished it.
Oh.
It is such a fucking flaming bag of shit.
That's when, when those moments happen, you can always call and say hello to your Aunt Alicia.
I'll go, Kevin, I was assaulted. I was subjected to this garbage.
You were fucking you're walking up to me. You're cold stepping up to me like fucking, what is it, Victor and Dead Next Door?
Yeah.
The sweet boy.
So, I fucking the sweet Mr. Sweet.
The one that had anemia.
How'd you get to be so sweet? I fucking love Bub. I love that Logan says that he remembers everything he used to.
Yeah.
Like, no, he fucking doesn't.
Man, dude, Howard Sherman was at Cinema Wasteland one year and he was so fucking nice. And but when I was like talking to him, it was like I was talking to Bub, and him being like as nice as he was, like wasn't helping anything. So huh?
Does he seem stupid in real life?
No, it wasn't like that. No, I guess I came out wrong. So we get this part with Sarah and Fisher, right? He like Sarah and Ted, right? Like Logan's
Fisher.
like, yeah, Fisher. Like Logan grabs him up and he's like, "You guys got to see this." Well, they're over there just like laughing because
Martin.
Fisher cracks like, one of the funniest jokes in the world. The old Sarah kind of set it up, but she's like, "It's what he's not doing." Like, making him his
making him her
his
buddy,
his lunch. And she goes, "Yes." and then they both start giggling. They start giggling, and then motherfucking Rose pops in there like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Completely cock blocks Fisher. Am I wrong? Because Fisher was like getting in there, dude.
Trying, but because she's freshly single. He wants to be the rebound. But Rhodes walks by and he hears fucking Martin in there going,
yeah, they're giggling. Yeah.
Yeah, he got her laughing. That's good enough. I mean, really, he was
what they say, gooning at that point.
He's like, I know she likes
Fisher's
betas.
over there fucking gooning the entire time, like especially when Rhodes walked in.
Fisher was almost there. Rhodes was like, leave my man's alone.
My man's.
He wasn't cock blocking Sarah. He wasn't cock blocking Fisher. He was cock blocking Sarah.
Yeah.
Now get away from my mans. Well, this is the scene where it's like, why do they cooperate after this? Because Logan is clearly insane.
But he's showing results, and that's what makes Rhodes a man of his word, right? He's technically showing him results, even though he's sus as fuck, right? He's completely suspect. He's given him a fucking chance.
Kevin just called Rhodes a golden girl.
I did, didn't I?
You called him Rose.
Yeah, I did. Now I can't unsee it. Rose.
I just love because this whole fucking scene is basically Rhodes is his facial expressions is what we're all thinking.
Exactly. Perfectly
Like, what?
casted for this role, dude, because he's just like, what the fuck is this? You
Yep,
know,
I love
again.
you fucking asshole. And this is where Logan finally gets Bub to say hello, Aunt Alicia.
Yeah.
Right? In
Yeah.
front of them. And they're just like they're
Steele's
I don't
like,
know.
what the fuck is this, man? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Right. I don't know that they're impressed by that. They're more like confused.
Yeah,
They're
or
like,
stewing because they're like, again, we gave them a deadline and this is what they're fucking doing. Jerking each other off.
you fucking jerking each
Each
other
other
off
jerking
down here.
each other off with this Greek salad.
And Bub, because he remembers everything he used to, salutes Rhodes.
Right.
And Rhodes, like a fucking normal human being, doesn't salute him back.
You want me to salute that pile of walking pus? Salute my ass.
Your ignorance is exceeded only by your charm, Captain.
Yeah, he's like, you want me to salute that bag of pus?
You fucking bag of cum.
Yeah.
Then he fucking takes Sarah's gun and empties the bullets, right?
Well, yeah, because he just looks. This is like how sporadic Logan is. He just looks right over to Sarah right after a 5-minute introduction to this fucking zombie that's a one-trick pony, right? So we think. And he immediately looks over to Sarah and says, go ahead, give him your gun. Take the bullets out. Give him your gun. You know, like, okay, here we go. And he immediately fucking aims it at fucking Rhodes. You know, wrong fucking answer, my guy.
Because he didn't salute him.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Yeah. He's an enemy at that point.
Guy.
Mm-hmm. He's dressed in military attire and he didn't salute back. So then he's a dying enemy.
And it's weird too because you know when he fires a gun and it doesn't fire, it doesn't kill Rhodes. He looks fucking scared when Rhodes points a gun at him.
Fuck yeah, because he don't have anything to shoot. He's about to die.
Well, it's because he remembers everything he used to.
Yeah, exactly.
Bullshit. But fucking Logan stands in front of the gun.
Yeah. He breaks up the party.
He's like, you ain't fucking, this is the only thing I got in this whole goddamn cave that I'm fucking plowing every night. You ain't killing it.
Yeah. This is my baby.
I finally got one.
Yeah.
He's just training
I
them.
finally got one.
He's just training them to fucking take it.
So we're in the community center at this point.
The bingo hall. And Logan's trying to explain what he's doing, which everyone would have to be crazy because they still fucking they still go along with this shit even after all they've seen. They still agree to get him more fucking zombies.
Again, they're following orders. You know, that makes sense though, because they're kind of following orders, you know, from everything still. He's trying to, but that's why like I'm kind of on Rhodes' side to like the end of it because they tried everything and everything's been fucked. Like,
What the fuck is wrong with you people? They're dead! They're fucking dead, and you want to teach them tricks?
Well, you know, this is kind of like the turning point of the movie because when they go back to the corral, the zombie, the little thing they've set up to capture the zombies.
yeah.
That's why I was like, why the fuck are they still doing this for him?
Yeah.
Because the only reason they're there is for Logan, and Logan is clearly fucking crazy.
Oh, dude. Yeah, he's off his fucking rocker.
Also, why is Miguel there? And why is he fucking holding the pole again?
Because they're low on manpower because they keep killing all their fucking people.
At this point, Miller and Johnson are there too.
Yeah, I know.
They're
But
not doing
they pulled
shit.
they pulled the lawn boys down. That's like how short of help they have.
Well, they were like, well, we got to find a way to kill these guys off.
Yeah.
in
They probably
actual...
said, fuck it, we ain't mowing the lawn anymore. Fuck Sarah. That was probably one of the first orders that went in when fucking Rhodes came into power. He was like, you know what? Fuck that lawn. And he was like, well, what about my garden? He was like, you can keep your garden. Fuck that lawn. He's like, all right, then we're hanging out down here. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like in the morning, you know, when you wake up and you're like, I don't have to go to work if I kill myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like everybody
Yeah.
thinks he's
Yeah.
like, I don't have to mow the lawn if I fucking die today.
Yeah. If I go down here and help.
That is a big lawn, to be fair.
It is.
That's a lot. It looks
a
like
lot
a
of
lot
bullshit.
of work.
Hot. You got a bunch of assholes on the fence yelling shit at you the whole time. Who wants to deal with that?
Well, and you got a freshly shaven chest, so
Yeah.
you're gonna get burned. You
I
don't
know.
have that hair to protect you anymore.
Yeah.
Unless they brought some back, there's no suntan lotion down there. He got his pump on just for the shot.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna get sunburned.
Yep. Fuck that shit.
Struggles. I don't know, but Miguel, it seems like somebody set him up. I think Rickles or somebody weakened that goddamn dog collar or whatever they have on the end of that pole.
Yeah.
Because this time it wasn't his fucking fault. He didn't drop it. He was right. And that goddamn zombie, the fucking pole, the goddamn collar breaks and the zombie goes right for Miller.
Absolutely.
Who we don't really know until this point.
Yep.
He's like cannon fodder. Put a fucking Miller. Yep, Miller goes down, and as he's going down, he fucking pulls the trigger on his gun and kills Johnson.
Right.
So this zombie just took out 2 people, and then Sarah executes it.
Yeah.
But fucking Miguel starts losing his mind because, of course, he's gonna get blamed for it.
Absolutely. That's why they set him up.
And he does that shit like Steven and in Dawn of the Dead when he swings the hammer at that zombie at the airport.
Yeah.
He's kind of reckless, you know, and ends up getting himself bit because he's just being fucking stupid.
Yeah, just being a dummy.
But he goes running off.
Sarah's chasing after him. He's screaming with the zombie bite.
Yeah, that'd probably be how I would react if I got bit by one. I'd be running away just for no reason. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah.
Zombie bit me.
Steele finally gets to take Miller.
Yeah. Fucking who says that? I've seen a million movies and nobody's ever said, "Take me." I don't want to be one of them. Take me. And Steele probably starts unzipping his pants. He's like, "No, I mean to kill me.
Don't let this happen. Don't let this happen to me. I don't want to be one of them. Take me. Please take me."
He goes, "Oh."
Maybe it's like those people like when they say like if a plane's going down, if you're in a plane and it's going down, we're just gonna start butt fucking everybody. But Steele Miller was like, I just want to be butt fucked one more time. Take me. Ah.
Yeah.
Probably one of the coolest fucking scenes in the movie when Miguel is running towards the sex camper
Yeah.
and fucking Sarah's chasing after him. But when John grabs Miguel, Sarah fucking knocks him out with that fucking. I don't think she could lift that rock up.
Dude, she fucked him up.
That'd kill him. She hit him twice.
This whole fucking scene's awesome, dude, because they're just like holding it. She's like, fuck you, cuts his arm off, fucking machete, and then fucking torches that fucker.
Yeah, and he wakes up in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, could you imagine? And well, the thing is too, and nerd shit, but if you get bit, your heart beats, that blood would have already. It's not like it takes an hour for blood to move from your fucking.
Which was the argument they were having, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but
yeah, it would have been way too late. She would have had to have done it immediately.
Yeah.
Like within a second of
especially with
him
them running, right? So everything's pumping faster.
Yeah, she would have had to have cut his arm off within a second of.
Which I mean, I think that's accurate
less.
because we don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Like if if she stopped it or not. We don't really know, but
right,
better safe than sorry. But just the whole crew shows up to the sex camper.
Oh yeah.
The one-eyed Jacks.
It's booty time. Booty time, booty time. Yeah.
They have a standoff because they're like, you gotta kill that motherfucker because he's gonna turn. And they have this big standoff, and they basically tell him, like, look, you're not coming back here. We don't want shit to do with you. Basically, the wall is put in place.
Well, other than Logan,
yeah,
right? Logan kind of caused everything to happen. This call that Rhodes makes is the worst thing he ever does because he spares Miguel, and that basically
that bites him in the booty later.
Yep, that ruins everything. They should have fucking killed him right there, and the movie would have been. Yeah, it would and this is a scene where fucking Lori Cardille, she's fucking a great actress for. There's something about George Romero and the people he casts in these movies.
Yeah,
because they're like no names, but they're fucking great actors.
They are, man. They all fit their roles like perfectly.
And when she breaks down after the scene ends, when she just breaks down, I'm always like, man, that is
it's for real too, because she finally has her break.
Yeah, that's exactly
Miguel like woke up for a second and looked at her, and he was like, "Told you, you're scared, you bitch."
He goes, "Someone fucking bit me, man."
Yeah. He's like, "Someone's scared, bitch."
So
who's salty now? He's like, "Who's salty now?"
So do you think? Sarah and Billy got to go find some medicine for Miguel. And,
let's be honest here. They were going for morphine.
I might have been.
She actually says it. She's like, "We gotta get morphine.
We gotta get something to fuck this guy up because he's dying." We just make him smile one last time.
He's all blown out.
Yeah, he's leaking out his ass. Somebody shove a sock in there. He's been gaped out too much.
Yeah,
he can't hold it in anymore. He's gonna fuck up our couch. Yuck.
Oh.
But I like when they play the little tape recorder thing.
Not Father's stocking, it's my stocking. There, I put it away. I put it away, Mother, I put it away. Bastard. Be civilized. Be civilized. Take that off. Take that off. Take that off.
it's kind of like where they're like, maybe Logan's crazy.
Yeah,
You know,
maybe he
like
is. Yeah.
this, this is what did it.
Right.
The little mommy, you're being bad
Yeah.
recording, whatever the fuck it's.
Bad baby, bad baby, bad baby.
Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Bad Logan. Logan's been a bad boy.
Yeah, and Billy like fucking sees that one weird ass zombie that's like in that tank with the hose shoved down its mouth.
With his dick out. he, he- he's got like it looks, is it a midget or an alien or something? Because it looks like it's about 3 foot tall.
Yeah, it's all shriveled up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, maybe it is just dried out.
Yeah, he sucked it dry.
It's like human jerky.
Yeah.
they, they sat it on a rock and let it dry out in the sun.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Billy touches something, and this is like, I feel for him because he puts his hand down and he gets shit all over his fingers like blood.
Yeah.
I I was I used a computer one time
It's
at
that
work,
poop again.
and I touched a key that had somebody's jelly on it from a donut or something. And this is the exact same way I felt. I was like, I'm gonna have to cut the end of my fucking finger off.
It was it was that scene on Ace Ventura when he found out that
yeah, like the crying game.
Yeah.
Fucking in the shower.
Yeah,
with
you crying
scalding hot water.
You're
I burned
in
all
like
my clothes.
the chemical shower at work, like naked.
Yeah. How do you get jelly
Pulling
on
the
the
chain.
keys?
Yeah.
Wash your fucking hands.
The whole scenario is fucking hilarious.
Well, and how much time has passed? Because Johnson just fucking died, and that's his goddamn head under there.
Dude, he didn't waste any time, as we see, because he had
scooped that
Cooper.
shit
He
up.
had Cooper, like, and they had just got back that day, and Cooper just technically, quote unquote, died that morning. You know what I'm saying? So
It seemed like it was minutes ago.
Well, it was earlier in the day. The motherfucker works quick, dude, and especially to swap the bodies that quick. You know?
Yeah, you already feeding parts of it to Bubby.
Yeah, or our
To
Bubby,
Bubba.
to our Bubby.
Bubba.
Yeah.
And Sarah goes to shoot it, but he rightfully stops her because it's gonna grab everybody. Everybody's gonna run in there like, what the fuck, And
yeah,
he's
then it's really going to hit the fans.
Yeah, and finally he's like, maybe we should take the helicopter and get the fuck out.
Yeah, maybe it might be a good idea.
Like, no shit.
Maybe I really will try to use the radio now.
Right. Maybe I will fucking lay off the fucking booze.
Yeah.
And
we all have those epiphanies in life, where we really got to get serious and get straight,
And if this is a choose your own adventure, they keep picking the wrong path, because then they fucking see Logan in the hallway and follow him to the goddamn lab. It's like, you guys are supposed to be getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
If you would have just
Just leave it be. Just let them all mingle down there together and get the fuck out of there.
Right. So they're just fucking jacking off and watching Logan play
leave
with
Miguel
Bub
because I mean, if you take him, he's technically AWOL, so just leave his ass there. You guys all get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, fuck Miguel. He can fuck off. He's been a
give Miguel to Logan to build him a new arm and make him a super soldier.
Miguel's a lost cause. Just dump him. Fucking leave with Billy and with Billy and John. I mean, essentially that's what happens anyway. But fucking.
You can give Miguel to Logan. Logan will graft a fleshlight to his phantom limb.
He'll duct tape a
It's
flashlight
just
to his
like, he's
fucking
like,
nub.
I just like completed a crafting move. This is great. It's duct tape.
He suction cups fucking Miguel to the wall of his shower like a Garfield, like those old Garfield stuffed animals.
He just takes a chemical shower next to him.
Blood
like
out.
there's like one of those chemical showers next door. He chains up the zombies and he just showers there with them.
But they see fucking Logan starts feeding shit to Bub, and they're like, "What the fuck is he feeding them?"
Yeah,
And they when they realize it,
looks good too.
finally,
Like Bub's like fucking like, you guys want some? He's like,
well,
man, this shit's good.
Is that the Colonel's recipe? Woo!
Ooh-wee.
And then they finally, one more time, they're like, how about this time we get the fuck out of here?
Yeah.
But no,
No.
they turn to leave, and of course, Rhodes must have been walking by again.
Yep. Just
because-
taking his stroll with his crew.
Yep.
Like
all
they
the
knew, like they
boys.
knew they would be too. Like
Right.
you knew they would be patrolling that shit because you guys just like burned up your last life. It was only a matter of time before they were going to come get you guys and shoot all of you anyway, and just make motherfucker fly him out somewhere. You know, like it was only a matter of time, and you guys burned it all up, getting morphine and sticking around with Logan again.
Rightfully so. Rhodes takes all their weapons and
Absolutely.
finds out what Logan is feeding a bub.
Yeah, he instantly like tunes into it too. He was like, "What are you feeding him?"
He's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And then they open the freezer and there's his fucking that's Miller, or that might be both of them.
No, it was Miller.
Might be. Was it Miller? Did he have a
Yeah.
head? Because
No, it
Johnson didn't have a head.
No, Miller. It was
Johnson
Miller.
Okay.
And again, like he didn't have to say anything. He just blasted him.
Yep.
Yeah. A rat-a-tat-tat. Prap, prap, prap.
And those are my men in there.
Those are my men in there.
Those are my men in there. My men.
Those are my men in there!
Those are my men you're cutting up.
What are you, some kind of weirdo?
You some kind of wackadoodle?
You some kind of pervert? But apparently it's been 1/2 hour, 2/2 hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been about 1/2 hour, 2/2 hour, you know, and John's full of chocolate. So
all right.
So he decides this had to happen.
Yeah.
Because to fulfill Miguel's fantasy, John had to leave. And so he goes looking for Billy and Sarah. And I don't know how far away he gets, because it seems like the way the scenes come together that he was about 20 feet away from the camper.
Yeah.
But he leaves long enough, I suppose. But
absolutely. 1/2 hour, 2/2 hour.
He leaves after 1/2 hour, 2/2 hour.
It's so fucking stupid. Okay, I'm sorry.
He's Miguel stays thin because of all the olive oil.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I would love to see like George Romero if he had drawn a map of, because obviously the cave and the mines in real life are way bigger. There was like a 10-acre lake or something down there. There was just
I
it's
want to go
huge.
there, man, to that mine. You can
Yeah.
drive through it.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
they give tours. I don't know if they still do, but
I think they do. I think it's like you have to like stay in your car though now. You can't just get out.
well, it's right outside of Pittsburgh, I believe. I'll have to look it up and we'll go there.
We'll do a live broadcast from there
We'll go
in the
there and
car.
I'll do the trash thing out on the well, you'll see what because Miguel eventually meets his fate the same way Trash does in Return of
Yeah.
the Living Dead.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll be surrounded by a bunch of old men.
I'll do that when they're trying to tell us to leave.
Yeah. I'll be like, quick, Kevin, distract them with your penis. I'm gonna run.
I'll be back in 1/2 hour, 2/2 hour.
I'm gonna have a cigarette for dinner and some chocolate.
And chocolate.
Oh man. But I'm just saying because when John finds everybody, he's at the zombie corral again.
Yeah.
So what is the geography here? Because it looks like the zombie corral place is at a dead end.
I don't know if it's so much at a dead end. I don't know how they have it configured. It'd be interesting to see
I'd like to
somebody
see a
like
map.
put that together. Like just anybody out there that's listening, if you're into like crazy stuff like this, like if you can make like a map of like the configuration of where everybody is at, like in this area, I'd like to actually see that. Like what it would look like where everybody was at,
And Martin doesn't really have a big role in this movie, Fisher,
Yeah.
But he does have one of the most like depressing deaths in the movie because Rhodes just fucking executes him.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it was just like it ain't shit either. Like he's out.
And if as a kid, I always thought this was one of the craziest kills in the movie just because of how raw it felt.
It was. It was out of nowhere too.
Real. Execution. Just
it didn't follow a formula, not that we really knew what that was back then, but you didn't see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it was good. Again, another reason why this movie was like way ahead of its day and like can still hold up.
Yeah, because like I get it when people talk about Dawn of the Dead. It's lighthearted, it's almost
it's a good introductory movie for anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good crossover film kind of, but Day of the Dead gets really dark in scenes, and this is one of them.
Yeah.
And you don't really think about it too much when you watch this movie, but this scene is fucking dark.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Because he basically threatens John with killing all his friends if he doesn't fly them where they want to go.
Which is exactly what they're going to be probably coming back to anyway, so they all could have gotten their asses out of there, said fuck McGill, and like, fuck his morphine, like let's fucking get on this chopper now.
Right.
Let's fucking go. Let's fuel this motherfucker and go.
Right. And John gives up his weapons and offers to fly them if they let Sarah and Billy go, but he fucking doesn't.
Yeah.
And Rhodes tells him to put them in the corral, put them in the cave with the zombies, and then Steel Steel beats John up a little bit.
Yep.
You know,
Sends him to give him a couple of little rumps and a couple bumps.
but while all this was going on, because Miguel was at the sex camper all alone, he decided he made a plan.
Yep.
And he got up and left, and he ended up setting off some alarms that ironically saves Billy's life.
Yeah, kind of like saves everybody in a lot of ways.
Yeah, because who is it? Miguel and Steele. No, it's Rickles and Steele. Go looking to see what the fuck the alarm is going off for.
Mm-hmm.
So then it just leaves John with Rhodes and Torres. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, and they're a couple of pussies apparently, because John fucks them both up.
Yeah.
Knocks them both out.
They ain't shit.
Fuck.
They ain't shit.
They ain't shit. They
Slobber
get fucked
knockers.
up. And our boy Miguel decides to take Trash's death.
Yeah.
He's like, Did you ever wonder about all the different ways of dying? Violently, and wonder like what would be the most horrible way to die? Billy's like, I try not to think about dying too much. And he goes, well, for me, the worst way would be for a bunch of old men to get around me and start biting and eating me alive. First, they would start tearing off my clothes. John's like, somebody get some light over here. Miguel's taking off his clothes again.
Oh my god, dude. My fucking mouth. Your oh. Oh my god.
Right? I mean, basically, he pulls his shirt off. He's all sweaty.
Oh, dude, he's
like,
ready.
Come and get some of these zombies. Because I'll tell you what, for being the biggest pussy of the whole movie, he goes out like a fucking boss.
Yeah, he does, man. He's like, fuck all you motherfuckers.
He is like, small price to pay for the smiting of one's foes.
Yeah, right.
He fucking gets eaten alive just for revenge.
Yeah.
My man.
He probably fucking drank every vial that he had in there.
Why you so stupid?
It's so stupid. Oh my god. Oh. Holy shit. All right, so where we're at.
Well, John knocks Rhodes out and gets them two big ass guns and goes to save Sarah and Billy, because these are the only three good characters in the fucking movie. Well, Fisher was a good guy too.
Yeah.
But his brains are all over the fucking wall, so we ain't gonna
Can't
worry.
really yeah.
We can't really worry about Fisher no more.
Get yourself together.
Well, and Fisher kind of saves Rhodes' life because John is about to fucking blow his head off, and he sees Fisher over there dead, and dude,
he had a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, Yeah, he could have killed Fish. He could have killed Rhodes and Torres right there.
Yep.
But I suppose it's good that he didn't, because we wouldn't have the cool deaths that happen, coming up. Spoiler, but
Yeah.
you shouldn't be listening to this if you haven't watched the fucking movie,
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah,
the
let's do it
best.
anyway, because it's the best. Yeah, it is.
And one of my favorite fucking zombie kills is because there's this thing, like, you remember when Sarah cuts Miguel's arm off, when she like scrapes the machete away with the
Yeah.
arm, you can hear it. You can
Oh,
hear
the
it like
scrape on the
scraping.
ground. Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of has the same effect here when
He
Billy
fucking
cuts
makes
the
him eat shovel. Yeah.
Yeah, when he cuts his head, when he cuts the zombie's head in half with the shovel, it kind of has the same the sound is just great.
And what's even
Yeah.
better is when later when it shows him running past it, its eyes are going back and forth like, "Hey, where you going?"
They just got the boggling eyes again.
Yeah.
They go left and right. They got Dr. Tongue's head. They
Yeah.
got Dr. Tongue's eyes. Sarah!
Yeah.
Billy! John is yelling for him.
Yeah.
I never could make out what their names were when I was younger, because the only time he ever really says it is here.
Yeah.
But he goes, Billy! And then you get the hero shot because he gives them the guns and they unload every goddamn bit of ammo they had.
Yeah, even though they could have just kept running and just saved it, but that's what we got to do.
Yep. Yep. And Rhodes and fucking Torres finally get to the elevator, because
Yeah.
they wake up and realize their guns and John are gone.
Yep, everything's done.
Yep, and they go to find out what the fuck's going on.
Yep.
And Steele and Rhodes are there. Steele and Rickles are there having a lovers quarrel.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is
Why
the
don't
part
you
when
fix the box? Why don't you fix it?
I thought I told you to fix this earlier. And he was like, "Don't start sounding like Sarah." And then they started really getting into it.
Yeah. I'm trying to fix it, queer.
Okay, Sarah, I'm fixing it. And Rickles is like, "Don't call me Sarah." Throwback. She was right.
I'm trying. I got a big old donger on me.
Why don't you take that biggest meat in the cave and fix that fuse box?
Oh man. But this is Miguel getting eaten alive.
Yep. He fucking goes and unlocks the gate and he's like, "All right, come on, guys." He's streaking across the lawn.
He's covered in hot sauce. Come get some zombies. He's taunting them.
Yeah.
Like, why are you so stupid? He just lays down like, Mexican Americans don't like to get up early, so they do it real slow.
All I could do is keep picturing Cheech through all of this too, and it's fucking cracking me up.
Why are you so stupid? Oh yeah, but besides the point, this is the craziest. The fucking the way Miguel goes out, he'd have to wear sweatpants to accommodate the size of the fucking balls it would take to do that.
Yeah, you might as well not even wear pants at that point.
Yeah, let those big fucking hairy nuts
just drag down.
I mean, those things would be the size of bowling balls.
So Miguel fucking lowers the elevator after they're all fucking slamming into him and bunching him, and Rhodes fucking steals the golf cart and he's just like,
I love that he
You
floors
could
it and
you
it's
could
going
run
like 2 miles
faster.
an hour. Yeah, yeah, right. And then they run out behind him and they're like, "What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, how about fucking walk at a brisk pace and catch up to him?"
Yeah. At a
Right?
brisk pace, exactly.
Yeah, like old like lady walking. They got the ski poles. You could catch up to him. Just
Rhodes jumps on the golf cart and he just fucking floors it. He's like, yeah, like, it's
cheese
just-
it.
yeah,
And then he locks the fucking look. All you have to do is close the door. You didn't have to lock it because zombies probably can't work the knob.
I mean, they might be able to.
Yeah, I
As we
suppose
learned in this movie, they learn. So and they learn from their old ways, and that's what stemmed off that theory.
yeah. You know,
Well, that and Dawn of the Dead because they kept coming back to the mall shopping, kind of.
you know, I don't think that Torres has any lines in the entire movie,
Yeah.
does he? I
No,
don't think he does.
I don't either.
But of course, Bub, poor guy, you know, and surprisingly, some of the best acting in the movie. Bub finds Logan's corpse, and you're kind of like, "Oh, you poor guy."
Yeah. He's like, oh, my papa's gone. Then he finds the
Papa.
gun.
Papa.
Yeah.
Yeah, he finds the gun. It's fucking great, man.
Yeah.
Bub is there's a lot of people that love The Walking Dead that have no fucking idea that this is what it was all based on.
Yeah.
On
It
these
set a lot of
first three-
standards, man.
Yeah, I mean, although Robert Kirkman admits that he basically just wrote The Walking Dead as a continuation of Night of the Living Dead. He doesn't try to hide that he didn't write,
And that's fine. Yeah, that's how it should be. I mean, that's completely fine. I'd be the same way. Like, fuck it. No, I wanted that what if series, you know?
Right. It's almost like The Walking Dead is fan fiction, but they did get K&B to work on it. So I
Right.
mean, it is a part of the. It's just Walking Dead kind of
Yeah.
sucks. You know, it was good at first. I'm not going to get into that because I'll go off on a tangent about that show. That's a whole other 5 hours of talking because Jesus Christ, did that show fucking take a nose
And then
dive.
going into the music theory of that show.
Yeah. Let's build a snowman. We can make him our best friend.
So Torres, you know, Bub finds Logan's corpse. Everything's shit's hitting the fan. Zombies are fucking everywhere. Torres,
Big fine ale.
Yeah, big fine ale. We finally see the reason for Torres as he gets his head pulled off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I fucking love that they did the high pitched.
Oh,
they pitched his voice
awesome.
up as his head was getting
Amazing
pulled
scene,
off.
dude. Like, it was
That's
all up
fucking
for this,
great.
man. Seeing this shit for the first time, incredible. The effects were just off the fucking chain. Off the chain.
Well, and I imagine because in the 80s, you know, there was no extreme horror wasn't really a thing, you know?
It wasn't. It was super underground still. You had to really dig.
Yeah, this was really close. I mean, it doesn't seem that bad now.
It
but
set
this
a bar
movie-
for as popular as it was, even being underground back in the day. You do Day
Yeah.
of the Dead. Like, it was a staple.
Yeah. When this came out, this end scene was fucked
Yeah.
up, man.
It was, it
Because
was.
Torres gets his fucking head ripped off, and when Rickles gets his fucking face peeled.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
And he's like laughing and
Man.
shit. Oh,
And I have this on Blu-ray, and it still looks great. You know,
Yeah.
it's one of those movies that you can. I mean, you
they
can
put a
tell
lot
it's
of work
special-
into it, man.
Yeah.
They really took their time with this shit.
Yeah, because if you watch this on VHS, it all just looks fucking real. But even on Blu-ray, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It still holds up.
Yeah. It's so
I think.
amazing.
I mean, and I love when Steel is running around shooting his gun. He's
Yeah.
like flicking it.
Yeah.
He's getting headshots. He's like bang, bang, bang.
He's doing, he's actually mouthing the bang, bang, bang.
He's not like pointing it. He's flicking his gun and firing it. Like this motherfucker doesn't know.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang.
Bang!
I got you. I'm a
Puss
Cupid.
bag. You puss bag pile of shit.
Yeah.
But
Bub shoots
Steel.
that fucking Steel, and he's like, "Oh my god, like what the fuck's happening?"
Well, I wonder. It always looks like symbolism to me, even though I know it probably isn't. But Steel gets cornered, and he gets bit, and then
Yeah.
he gets cornered and shoots himself. But it always looked to me like he shot himself in front of 3 crucifixes.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty. It's a pretty cool shot.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know, and the people with the beef, like they'd have fucking rap songs about each other nowadays, Rhodes and Bub.
Yeah, they went from the two
they'd
coasts.
They'd have diss tracks.
Yeah.
I need to get AI to write a diss track.
Bub walked
Rhodes.
all the way across from California, and fucking Rhodes is from Pennsylvania. So they're like having like these diss tracks from each coast.
I get AI to write a diss track of Bub and Rhodes.
Yeah.
But Bub fucking Rhodes out of ammo. He's trying to fucking load his gun, and Bub just starts blasting.
Oh, dude,
He's
yeah.
like,
He's just like, "Fuck you, motherfucker."
Yeah, he shoots him a couple times, right?
Yeah. Shoots him in his back, and Rhodes is just like egging him on, like as he should. He's going down, like fighting essentially, and opens that fucking door, and it's like all those zombies. And dude, the face just like, holy shit, and then just gets swept away in a sea of zombies and gets torn apart, and telling them all to fucking choke on it the entire way down.
On him, yeah. So let me ask you something here, because I know that this might be breaking news. Watch this scene again, and the zombie on the left hand side is Torres. He's got the motorcycle helmet on.
Yeah.
That's he was the stunt guy he was one of the stunt guys on this movie, but that's the guy that played Torres.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, when they had him do it because he's one of the stunt guys, one of the effects guys, so he would know where to rip Rhodes apart.
Yeah.
But watch this scene, because he fucking pulls a rubber chicken out of him.
Oh shit. Really?
What? It is like 2 frames or something, but watch when he grabs in his stomach and holds it up. He is fucking holding some guts and shit, but there's a rubber chicken in there.
That's pretty awesome.
Because I was watching this a while back, and I had with the commentary, and Tom Savini during the scene was making a joke about them joking about putting a rubber chicken in him,
Yeah.
And then when the scene happens, him and George Romero was like, "Wait a minute, that looked like a rubber chicken," and he was like, "Son of a bitch, somebody stuck the rubber chicken in there." Watch the fucking scene.
Yeah,
He
I have to
pulls
watch
a
it.
goddamn he pulls a fucking rubber chicken out of Rhodes.
Yeah.
It's covered in gore, and it's got fucking intestines and shit all over it, but you can see there's a rubber chicken in there.
Yeah.
That's fucking great. But But like every Romero movie, after all the people that are gonna get killed gets killed, he has the little montage of
The
like
destruction. Yeah.
the aftermath kind of thing. There's a scene where blink and you'll miss it, but there's a shot where there's like a gurney in the foreground, I think, and just a hallway in the back. But you'll see a zombie walk by and a scarf hanging. That's George Romero's cameo.
Oh.
It's just his scarf.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's fucking. He said as he got older, he just didn't want his face. He didn't want to see his face anymore.
Yeah.
So his cameo
Words
is
to
just
live
from
by.
the waist down. Oh yeah, definitely. But finally, escape. And I want to visit this too if we can. Apparently,
Yeah.
this missile silo, is just outside of Pittsburgh,
Oh, okay.
where Billy, John, and Sarah are escaping. Where they climb up that ladder.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a good scene because I love the music. I love the score of this movie. I need to get it on vinyl. It's fucking great. I know it's contentious because it's kind of Caribbean sounding
Porn music.
at parts, yeah. But I love it. I've seen this movie so many times. Sometimes I just play it to have the soundtrack going in the background. But they get out and run to the helicopter, and this is why because uh when they get to the helicopter, the zombies jump out and grab Sarah.
Yeah.
That's like what I was saying, the bookend, because I don't think that happened at all.
Yeah.
I think because she wakes up after that. I think she was just having a nightmare of what could have happened.
Yeah.
When they were escaping. Because it's kind of like at the beginning, she wakes up from a nightmare where she's being grabbed by zombies.
Yeah.
And then here at the end of the movie, it happens again. And I was always confused watching this, like, well, what the fuck just happened? Did they die, or are they dead here?
Yeah.
But I think what happens here is this is you seeing her nightmare of what could have happened.
Right.
Because what really happened is they just made it to the helicopter and escaped. But she has a reoccurring nightmare here.
Oh yeah, PTSD, all that.
Yeah.
As you would.
So basically the movie probably really ends. They just get to the helicopter and fly to whatever fucking island they're on.
Yeah.
Which is great because I like movies with sad endings, but I also like movies with logical endings where the whole time everybody that watches this is probably like, why don't you take the helicopter and go somewhere like an island or something? And that's exactly what they fucking do.
Yep.
Yeah.
They do exactly like what everybody says to do in the whole fucking movie anyway.
Right. But yeah, it kind of ends with the typical like fucking John is fishing and Billy's feeding the seagulls.
Yeah.
And the only thing that is different than what I would expect is Sarah still has her clothes on.
Yeah.
But she marks the calendar and it's November 4th, so this whole movie took 4 days.
Yeah, we came in right at the fucking tail end of the insanity.
Yep. Yeah, so
or right when it was getting ready to burst.
When everything was falling apart.
Yeah.
It went from shitty. Well, it's not like everything was great. I mean, everything went from shitty to fucking unbearable to just disastrous. I mean, it wasn't.
Like Dawn of the Dead, it's like they're all on the run. It starts out like chaos, like everybody's getting the fuck out of town kind of shit.
Yeah.
Trying to find refuge. And then we see a build up and everybody just getting settled, and then we see all the fucking chaos ensue. In this one, they're like in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's fucked.
Yeah, in this one, you could assume that they are the last people alive on Earth. With
Or close
with
to
Night,
it.
right? With Night of the Living Dead, like at the end, it seems like they've got it all sorted out.
Yeah, there's still people.
With Dawn of the Dead, they're in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But it's not super serious, but it is at the beginning of the collapse, so everything's kind of falling apart. And in this one, it's just everything's fucked.
Yeah.
It's who knows how long has passed since it started.
Right.
So, and like I said, yeah, this is all cliche and all that bullshit now, but it wasn't when this came out.
Yeah.
You had to be there, kiddos.
Yeah, had to be there. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, these movies really were special back then, but I can understand why somebody would see them nowadays and be like, "Not another fucking zombie movie," right?
Yeah, it's fucking great.
It's not another zombie movie. This is one of the best.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best.
Yeah, don't watch the new shit.
Yeah.
Watch this. Dawn of the Dead, Return of the Living Dead, Night of the Living Dead, the good ones.
Yep.
Oh, back when they weren't just back when people that didn't like this shit wasn't making
Back when they didn't have money to make a movie, but they made money from making a movie and still didn't see anything from it until like fucking 15 years later.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, that was one of our favorite movies,
Absolutely.
Day of the Dead. That's why this ran on for so long, because we fucking love it. Love it.
Yeah.
I will fucking take it and let it eat me alive. I would take this movie and put it in my rectum and make love to it all night long. Anyway, if you want to call me a jackass or make fun of Kevin for being sick.
Yeah. Make fun.
Email yeah, actually,
I'll forget about being sick by the time you guys hear this anyway, so it'll be a fun remembrance.
I'm going to say this. If you've listened to this up to this point, email us at deadnotespodcast@gmail.com and tell us that you've listened to this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to think that nobody sat through this whole fucking thing.
I'll email us.
Yeah.
I've listened to every episode up to here.
You'll be like, I listened. What? Come on.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on, man.
If you can stand to listen to us for this long, I love you.
And I promise that I'm not always sick, even though I've been on like, I think this is my second or third episode, definitely my second episode where I'm getting ready to be sick. But I promise I'm not like always sick, but it sounds that way.
Kevin needs to take his vitamins.
Maybe I'm anemic like Victor.
Yeah. Kevin needs a hot beef injection.
Maybe I'm the bug catcher.
You've got a delicate system, my man.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna get the funk out of here.
That's right.
So bye.
Goodbye. See you later.
Bye.
Hey.
Bye.